welcome everyone. I'm Amelia Hill. I've been working in the Public Affairs Office this fall. So a little bit of background about me. I come from Paulsbo, which is way over here. It's about 2 hours each way to Seattle, where my dad worked for 25 years.
2 hours each way?
Yes, because we have to take the ferry, and the ferry alone can be about 35 minutes on a good day. Yes, and then we also take a bridge over too, so it's fun. Or you can go all the way around, but that's 2 hours in and of itself, and it's driving. So the types of things that I enjoy, I like to do swimming, baking and cooking. I've provided the cookies over there. They are delicious, so please enjoy. I also really like to be involved in my community. So one of the things I do back home is I'm involved with clubs and organizations. Even here as an intern, I was involved in the different committees that are offered. So my academic background is I recently graduated from Portland State University with my degree in communications. For the purpose of the internship, I came back as a post-bac in business so that I could qualify, because I got the call saying, hey, come on down. And I'm like, oh, I just graduated. Is that okay? And they're like, oh, nope, you don't qualify anymore. So got online, applied back, and was able to continue the internship. So my role in the PAO office was to help out Mr. Jay Bolden, covering the engineering beat. I got to go on tours, actually lead a couple of tours when someone wasn't available, and then got to do some different projects that were around the place as well. So my best thing I got to work on was becoming a published author. I wrote a few pieces and helped with a Twitter and Facebook post, as well as helped to write I wrote the rough draft speech for Scott Kelly accepting the award on the ISS, and that was really amazing to then go back and watch him do the speech on ISS and be like, that's my line, I said this word. More challenging, though, was the Equal Pieces or Diversity project that Jamal and I were given from Kelly. This was a difficult task because we had to bring together people of different backgrounds. Well, first I should say we had to get people of different backgrounds to be involved in this project. That the goal was to present upper management with a diverse individuals and how they come together to make up a big project like Orion and show the value of the different backgrounds. So we had to adhere to cultural sensitivity instead of just outright asking somebody, hey, what do you do? Where are you from? What's your background like? You have to be a little bit more sensitive about things. So what does PAO do? Well, I'm sure you guys know a little bit better than me, but to me, it is the storyteller. So procurement signs the contract, and we tell the country. Engineering creates a new lunar lander. We tell the nation and the world. But water is discovered on Mars, and we get to tell the entire universe. So some of the really adventurous things I got to do was a chance selfie with Ellen Ochoa, going out to Ellington Field, riding in the rovers. I was part of the, well, I wasn't in the photo shoot with the Glamour magazine guys, but I was out there helping to do the media escort, and that was a really exciting part of Mars Week too. So some of the growth and accomplishments that I developed here was a more defined sense of what I want to do, because in communications, you can really go on and do just about anything semi-business related, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do until working here. I decided that I like relationship building and being the liaison person. So that's what I'd like to go into is PR and public affairs. I also decided that I want to definitely stay in the federal system. Getting to be raised in the federal system as my dad worked for the National Park Service, I decided that this was something that I wanted to do because he got lots of holidays, but being a part of it, you get a better sense of what it is, and like the work that you're doing really goes to the nation, and I like that. So I got to do some really fun adventures outside of JSC with volunteering, helped dogs get adopted with Ginger Carrick's Triumphant Tales organization. I went to scuba certification class where Reed Wiseman just kind of popped in. That was really interesting. I also learned more about the Space Act agreements taking a Saturn class. So part of my future, I do want to pursue a master's degree in public administration, thanks to Kelly Humphreys giving us a lecture about it. I found it really interesting, and that would really help progress my career forward. I also want to work in public health, which was something I've always kind of been interested in, but being able to see the technical side of like engineering, I'm really going to be able to take some of those aspects into the public health dynamic. So in my not so distant future, I do get to come back in the spring, working with safety and mission assurance, doing some technical writing out there for them. So really excited to come back, see some faces, especially Jay, and get to do some more developing the writing part of my education. So I do want to thank some people, the Aussie and USRA programs, as well as NASA for inviting me out. Missy and Melissa were very helpful. Nicole was awesome, being able to get me in on some special projects. Jamal helped me out a lot with some filming stuff that we went through. And then, of course, Mr. Jay Bolden, he was very amazing. Jay was so great in helping me work on the different projects and all the hard work, his wise words, and most importantly, his belief in me to be able to accomplish all the things that were set out. So, thank you all. So do you guys have any questions?
Well, I have one. You said you're going to go work on an MPA, but you're coming back to do tech writing.
Yeah.
How are those two things?
Like timing-wise or relation? Okay, so, well, first of all, I have to take the GRE. So, definitely should not put off that anymore, but it's hard because tests are scary. But I definitely feel very accomplished at what I've done, so I feel like I could, take that test. So maybe while I'm here, again, studying for the GRE, I have this wonderful manual about that thick that will help me, and I do have some study groups back home I can Skype with, and then maybe take that over the summer and start up a program in the fall. We'll see.
But you're still interning this coming spring, or
yes.
The spring of 17?
No, spring 16.
So you're staying through.
Yeah. So I'll be able to learn all this technical writing stuff that I'll be doing on the GRE. Anybody else?
I always like to ask the semi-unfair question. To me, when you're out on an internship, you learn about your strengths and weaknesses. So what was the biggest surprise you figured out about yourself?
Even though I like to go headfirst into projects, you have to take a step back and realize, while you might think it's great and interesting, not everybody else is going to feel the same way. Not everybody's going to give you the funding that you need. So I'm all about research before you go into a project, but the problem with research is you only find things that support what you want to do. So you really have to take that whole approach to the positives and the negatives. What happened in this video? Why wasn't it so successful?